What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, it's all going to be about the gear I use, why I got it, what I use it for, and basically how it's helping me with both my photography and my YouTube journey. So let's go. Alright, so starting off with my camera, this is a Nikon D500. I've had it for about 4 years now and I have not regretted a single thing about it. I absolutely love it. The reason I chose it at the time, it was only about a year old, so it was quite a new camera, new technology. It had all the amazing focusing systems that were brought down from the Nikon D5 and the D850 that were released at the same time. So incredible autofocus capabilities, high frame rate of up to 10 frames a second, and yeah, a lot of adjustable buttons, really comfortable to hold, easy to use, and I've just absolutely loved the camera. So moving on to the lenses, the main lens I used to use for wildlife is this here, which is a Nikon 80-400. I really enjoyed this for the time I had it. It did eventually get a bit busted when I was traveling. It still does work. But the zoom rings are a bit stuffed and you kind of have to manually use it, so it's a bit stuffed at the moment, but it still takes some photos and I do go back to it if I do need the extra 400 length. The reason for that is when I was trying to replace this, the choices were to go for the second model of this, the newer version of the 80-400, but I decided to go for the 70-200 f2.8 lens, and the reason for that is it's a bit more versatile. It's really great in a variety of things, so it's really good for wildlife. It's really fast, coupled with the D500. It's incredibly quick, great focusing, really sharp and nice depth of field, able to go up to that 2.8 aperture. It is, like I said, versatile, so it's great for portraits. It's actually my favorite lens for taking photos of people, and yeah, it's just really versatile for anything, and yeah, just an incredible lens. I actually think a 70-200 2.8 lens is probably one of the best lenses you can buy, just because it covers so many things, but that will obviously depend on your field of photography. And going on to a few of the smaller lenses, two lenses that kind of came with my older camera in terms of a kit lenses, was this, which is an 18-105, and this basically served me really well for getting those wider shots of animals, people at the time, and yeah, just wider landscape shots. The other one is this 35 f1.8. So this, with the crop of the 1.5 on the crop sensor of the Nikon D500, makes this the equivalent of a 50mm 1.8, which is referred to as a nifty 50 by a lot of people. It is really great. It's inexpensive, it's lightweight, it's amazing for people, you know, being able to go down to that 1.8 aperture or open up to that 1.8 aperture. It's just really great, and also great for your creativity. So you pop this on your camera, you leave it on, that's all you've got for the day or that time wherever you're shooting, and it kind of allows you to go outside the box and basically be a bit more creative with your shots. And then during my time in the bush, I really enjoyed taking photos of stars as well, and I just felt, you know, with the 18mm on a crop sensor camera, that makes it the equivalent of 27mm. It was just not wide enough, so I really wanted a wider lens. And I managed to find and get this really wide lens. This is a 10-20mm, so it's really wide, but I love it. It's been so much fun to use. I use it for videos as well now. Sometimes I film YouTube videos on them as well, and it's just great for those really wide shots, for stars, anything like that. So it's been really fun to use and I've really loved it. Then moving on to some accessories, I'm going to start with the memory cards. I'm not going to talk much about them, they're a bit boring, but it is important to note that if you are on a camera that takes quite high quality RAW or JPEG photos and it is a high frame rate, your buffering doesn't last very long. So it is important to get a card that firstly can take the amount of photos you are going to be taking, as well as keep up with that speed. So I've got an XQD card as a Lexar XQD for my main card for photos and videos. There is also an SD card slot that I'll just pop a normal SD card in there if I do need, specifically if I'm wanting to split videos and photos for the day. So another thing I invested in as an accessory is an external flash. And the only reason I did this is because the D500 does not come with a built-in flash. So Nikon decided that when they were building this line of camera, they thought that for the people using this, they would not benefit much from a built-in flash. Don't necessarily agree with that, but basically I was forced to invest in a flash for the times I needed it. This is just a Godox flash, quite an entry-level one, quite inexpensive, but it's been really great and helped me when I've needed flashes as well. So this is mainly for people and events and things like that, and potentially for a bit more creative stuff as well. And when I was in the bush as well and starting to take a bit more videos, I needed a bit better sound. So I invested in quite a cheap and inexpensive shotgun microphone. This one here is from Boya. Really nice and small, directional microphone that you just mount on top of the camera. A nice dead cat as well, just to help with the noise reduction and basically the unwanted wind. And yeah, it's been really great. I have also used it for a bit of videos as well and YouTube channels, but yeah, just really great as well. On the other side of sound, I've got another microphone. That's the one I'm using right now. That is the Boya lapel mic that I use now, and that's basically for all my YouTube videos. It's also really cheap, really nice, and yeah, love it as well. Batteries are definitely something you should be getting. Obviously your camera will come with one spare or two spares. Is definitely recommended if you are going to be needing them. I would also suggest generally to go with the brand of your camera and not generics. So moving on to mobile and smartphones, I use an iPhone XR for basically everything. I've had this for about 2 years. No need to change it at the moment. I love it. It's got everything I need. It's got great videos, great stabilizing. You know, it can shoot in 4K if that is necessary. It's got great slow-mo, time-lapse, everything like that. And it also takes great photographs. So I've got no reason to change this. Absolutely love it. For that, I did also get a smartphone gimbal for my phone, and that is the Xeon Smooth 4 gimbal. And it basically allows me to take videos with my phone on a motorized gimbal that basically takes away a lot of the shake and a lot of the movement when you're taking photos. It has a lot more buttons, options and features as well, which is really great, and I'm hoping to definitely take a bit more advantage of this and use it to its full potential. But it's been great over the past 2 or 3 years, and I've really loved it as well. And then the next thing, if you notice, my camera doesn't have a strap on at the moment, and that's because it is over here. So basically I got rid of the Nikon strap that came with the camera, and the only reason for that is I don't like using a strap most of the time. So I like to be able to take a strap off and on very easily, and the straps that come on cameras are just not that easy. So I went with a strap that was basically easy to attach and detach, and this is the one from Peak Design. And you'll see these red things that are on the camera. You'll see there's a few of them on the lenses as well. And that basically just allows you to easily clip it in a couple seconds, and it's really strong, and then you can get it off in seconds as well, or half a second. So this is amazing, really like it. Nice and versatile as well, and adjustable, and just really comfortable. So moving on to basically where does all this stuff go? So basically bags. So the first kind of bag I have is actually a case, and this is a hard case I got. This is a B&W hard case. And the reason I got this is when I was working full-time as a safari guide in a open roofed vehicle. And in that area it was very dusty in the winter and very rainy and wet in the summer. And this basically allowed me to take my camera with me on every single game drive that I went on. It sat on the seat next to me or behind my seat, and it basically kept all my equipment very, very safe. This is airtight, it's watertight, dustproof and shockproof. So even dropping it, I did drop it a couple of times, and it kept all my stuff safe. So this is definitely a great investment. Don't use it too much now, but it is there if I do need it. So in terms of an actual camera bag, I went and got this bag here. This is another Peak Design product. This is what is called their Everyday Backpack 20-liter bag. Absolutely love it. It is nice and adjustable as well. When you open up these fins, it's got all of these compartments inside which you can change and basically manipulate to fit all the equipment you need, which is really nice because I don't always take the same stuff when I go somewhere. So it allows you to move it and change it up really easy. It is also able to fit a few clothes and things like that if you're just traveling with it. So really nice bag. It is waterproof as well, so you don't need any case or cover to go over it. The rain basically just runs off. It does have your laptop space and anything you do need. And yeah, really nice compartments on the side for tripods, water bottles, anything like that. And absolutely love this bag. Speaking of tripods, I don't generally use tripods too much. If I do need to, I do have one that I borrow from Megan, and that is the one holding one of the lights at the moment, and it's a nice old big Manfrotto tripod that can hold basically any weight of camera. If I am wanting something a bit smaller, I do have another Manfrotto. This is just a really easy small tripod that fits in the side of that bag and just basically is really nice for traveling and going somewhere. And then lastly, moving on to the computer basically I use to process all my photos and to edit all my videos together. And this is what I've had for about 1.5 years now. This is an HP Envy 13-inch Ultrabook. I've absolutely loved it since the day I got it. The reason I got it is nice and small, so it is easy to fit in my bag, really lightweight and easy to travel with, but still powerful enough to basically edit all my raw photos and edit 1080p, even 4K video quite comfortably. So folks, I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope that gave you a bit of background as to me and what I use to produce all the content that I am able to produce. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. A sub to the channel would be great, as it would help me grow this channel. I will be linking all of this equipment down in the description below, and that will take you to links that will allow you to possibly buy this or anything else. So thanks for all the support. If you do have any comments, I would love to hear about them. Tell me what gear you're using down below. And if you have any questions of what you might want to invest in, please drop them down below as well, and I will try my best to help you out. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. We'll see you in the next video.